Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here at American RV in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today it's my pleasure to tell you all about the long-awaited 2017 Cirrus 820 truck camper. They've made some fantastic changes. I'm really excited to show it to you. So let's go ahead and start on the outside here. We'll make our way around and then head on in. So as you've seen on the Cirrus 800, you take a look at the front, beautiful front end. Still has that nice front window on there, so that can open up, get great airflow, let in a ton of natural light, or at night you'll be able to look up at the stars. So I love that Cirrus has went ahead and kept that. So you come underneath the bulkhead here, we'll take a look. You have your two rubber bump stops on there. Rico Titan jacks on all four corners. I personally like Rico Titan. They work very well. If the battery on the remote dies out, you can go ahead and plug it in, so that's a big advantage. And each one is 2,500 pound capacity, so you know there is plenty of strength here. They also have the swiper seals on the legs. Make sure everything there is nice and clean. If you look right here, you have hookups for cable and satellite. You have one on either side of the coach. Of course, our windows, you can see the windows right there, acrylic windows, which again, let in a ton of natural light. They're beautiful. Same thing, you can go ahead and pop those open. You have screens as well as shades inside. I'll show you a little bit more on that when we go in. One of the biggest changes they've made, and we'll see this some more as we go around the coach, but the 820 is 4-season capable. The 800, you had to do some special modifications to make it that way. The 820 is 4-season capable from the manufacturer, which is a huge deal. Also, I believe I forgot to mention, this is built for a three-quarter ton or larger truck. So if you have a half-ton, I'm sorry, you're going to have to trade in your truck. But let's go ahead, we'll finish out on the sidewall here. You take a look up top, you can see right there's your side awning, which is great. Underneath that, 2 LED lights, so nice and bright on the side, and outside speakers. So if you want to listen to music, you can go ahead and do so. That is Bluetooth capable. They have marked the center of gravity on this coach, which is very nice. You always want to bear that in mind. The center of gravity has to sit on or in front of your rear axle, so very important. It is equipped with the Alde heat system still, which I love the Alde heat system. We'll see that some more when we go inside. That in conjunction with the Froley bed system is very cool. But again, we'll dig into that a little bit later. 2 electrical outlets right there. If you need to plug anything in, nice and easy to go ahead and do so. Whether it is, you can see it's 2 individual doors. So whether you need to plug in electric grill or phone or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. Now, one of the other big changes on the 820 is now they have enough space for 2 batteries. So you can store 2 batteries in there, which is great. That way when you are going out for the longer excursions, you have the power to do so. Come around to the back side here. You still have the Fiamma ladder right here, which is nice. Of course, again, that folds down so you can climb up onto the roof. You will see the manual awning right back here as well. That is a turnstile awning, so it is very easy to go ahead and have that roll out. You also notice there's a backup camera, so that's a nice addition there. That way as you are backing up, you can definitely see what you're doing, make sure you're not going to run into anything. LED light strip above the door. They still have the porthole in the door, which I really enjoy that. Keyless entry to get into the coach, so if you forget your keys inside, it is nice and easy to go ahead and get in. Foldable Fiamma grab handle right here as well. If I didn't mention it, of course it's fiberglass exterior. Underneath it is Azdel composite panel. That's a big deal because Azdel is not only lighter weight, it's also a green material. It doesn't have all the chemicals that Luan has, and it won't absorb any moisture. So if you ever do get any kind of water in the sidewall, you won't have delamination from moisture like you will with Luan. They still have the beautiful black diamond plating back here. I think it gives it like a nice rugged, tough look, which I like. Right here's your extendable steps. They're glow steps, you see. And they have little kind of stickers on there which help glow in the dark at night, so if you do have to enter or exit, you won't trip and fall down the stairs. So you come over to the other side here. We'll go ahead and open these up. The doors just clip right open. You can see that right there. Slam latch baggage doors as well. So you have storage right in there. Some additional storage here. Here are your remotes, and as I mentioned, if your battery does run out, you can go ahead and plug that in. Spare remote right there as well. And then this is your connections, your dumps right here. So you can see your water heater bypass for winterization. The battery disconnect is in here, as I mentioned, the dumps, and you also have your shower right there, as well as your valves right down below too. So hot and cold access to that shower, I may add. Another LED light right here on this side, and again, of course, this comes right down on some of your hookups here for your city water as well as your electric. So if you need to hook up or disconnect at night, you can see what you're doing. Then as you come over here, again, another big change. Not only do they have 2 batteries in the 820, you also have 2 20-pound propane tanks. So on the outside, again, that's some huge changes. 2 batteries, 2 tanks, have gone to 4 season. They're definitely living up to a lot of the expectations. One last thing before we head inside, if you take a look at the roof line there, you will see this does have a storage rack up top too. So anything you need to put up there, you can go ahead and do that as well. But all right, enough about the outside. Let's go take a look at the changes they made on the inside. Welcome to the inside of the 2017 Cirrus 820. Let's go ahead and start off on the door. So one of my favorite things, and I know it's it probably cost them almost nothing at all, but this is really cool. For the lookout here for your porthole, all you have to do is just spin this for privacy. Just turn it back. You can see out, see who's at the door. I just think that's really neat. Just super simple and easy to use, and well, in all honesty, it's kind of fun. But right across the way here, you can open this up. As soon as you walk in, you can see right there you have some hanging space, so perfect for all of your jackets you want to hang up in there. Because remember, again, this is 4 season now, which is very cool. Right across the way is the bathroom. Not a ton of changes here if they didn't need them. It's a great bathroom. You can see your big mirror up top there. You have hanging space right over here. Some additional spaces right there for your shampoo. Of course, your toilet, shower pan right there as well. Toilet paper holder. All your shower and everything is on the side with the hand wand, and then the sink, just like in the 800, does go ahead and flip up, kind of like you would see in an airplane. Now, some of the large changes they made, one of them is right over here. If you take a look at the kitchen, they've done a couple things. The controls, instead of being on this side, they have moved them over here, which opens up a little bit of extra countertop space here, which makes it seem a lot larger, which is great. Doesn't seem near as closed in. But one of the biggest changes they made in the kitchen is they gave you 5 drawers, so a ton of extra storage space and extremely usable. You can see there, you open these drawers up. Great space right here. You have 3 of them running down there, and then 2 of them right here underneath the fridge. So I love that they were able to go ahead and do that. Another change they made in the kitchen is right up top here. You can see the Samsung stainless steel microwave. So big microwave, 30-inch, so oversized microwave there as well. Then, as they had before, you do still have nice storage right over here. You'll see, they have this right here, still has the nice backlighting, gives it a really cool look. Also, the window, just the same as they had the 800. Right here, of course, is your nightshade for privacy. Then when you close this down, sorry, it may take a bit for the camera to adjust, but this is your screen. So that way you can go ahead and pop that window open and let the air flow in. Your controls, though, you can see right here, you do have the Aldi heat system, which I love the Aldi heat system. As far as the heat, there's vents underneath the bed where the heat goes, so you have a heated bed. I'll show you that more in a bit. But the rest of them you can see right here. So this is what, where the registers are. That's what allows the heat in. You'll see those all throughout the Cirrus. Just a wonderful, wonderful system. For the kitchen itself, they have optimized your countertop by giving you covers on both your sink and your cooktop. That way you get maximum prep space. Then when you are ready to use them, just go ahead and lift them up. Of course, that gives you the glass backsplash there, but very Euro. You'll see the 2-burner cooktop right here, and then of course your sink right across the way. Now, underneath the sink, you still have great storage down here as well, so plenty of room for a trash can there, and all the cleaning supplies, everything else you would normally go ahead and put underneath the sink. Okay. So right over here, rounding out the kitchen, this is the Norcold Fridge. You do have a control on there for a fan. You can see plenty of space in here. It's a great size fridge. This does fold up, so if you have some taller items you need to fit in there, you can. And then, whoops, you also have the drop-down ice box right there. So that's very neat. And of course, that does run off both propane and electric. Now, one of the other changes they made, when we look across the way here over to the dinette, you'll see that instead of having a U-shaped dinette, they went to more of a standard booth style. I think this is a great change. You know, most of the time the truck camper, you'll only have 2 people. Sometimes you'll have a few more, but this really gives you much larger table space, which was needed. And you know, not only can you sit against the back here, but they also give you cushions in right here. So if you want to put your back here and have your feet hanging off, you can absolutely do that. Extremely comfortable. And this does still drop down into a bed, so it's not like you lost any sleeping space here. Speaking of sleeping space, the bunk up top, you still have a bunk, but they did rework it, redesign it, and again, I think this is a better bunk system as well. The old bunk, you know, they tried to make it less claustrophobic by having it drop down, so you know, you had more space between the ceiling and the bunk, but in all honesty, it was kind of clunky. So they have went ahead and made it better. You have these latches on either side. I've already undone it on the opposite side there just for ease of demonstration. So you just undo those latches and then the bunk drops down just like so. So you can go ahead and take a look right there, but you know, very, very easy to work with. And this can also be storage. If you want to just drop it down, if you have, you know, a bunch of fishing poles and stuff, you can go ahead and put that up there, or you know, you can always leave this up. You do still have the you know, the access right here with the doors, so that way you can go ahead, still access everything you need to right up there, which is very neat. All right, let's take a look at the ceiling real quick. You'll see 2 speakers right up here. Those are controlled by our multimedia center. As I mentioned, same thing with the ones outside. LED lights in here. This LED light is just like it was pretty cool. It's multi-stage, so obviously right now it's off. Right there is the blue light. Then you can keep turning it up for different brightness settings. That way you can go ahead and adjust the brightness in this coach. Another change they made on the AC here, they kind of put a duct right here, which is pretty neat. So that way you can go ahead and move the AC in the direction you want it most. All right, that wraps it up for the back half here. Why don't we go take a look at the cab over? So as we take a look at the cab over and some of the changes they've made on the 820, one of the things, they went from an extra wide queen to your standard 60 by 80. Now by doing that, as you will notice on the sides, it allowed them to put 2 large foot lockers on both sides. So if you need it for clothes, you can certainly do that. You know, if you want to put you know, your rifles, shotguns, fishing poles, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and fit that in there too. So I think that is definitely a great addition. Now, what they did not remove, and I'm glad they didn't, is your support system underneath. They still went with the Froley leaf support system, which I think this is very, very cool. You know, what this does is it kind of gives you the support you need so you have a comfortable night's rest, and also lifts the mattress up off the floor. By allowing it to do that, you'll see right over here, they can then utilize the Aldi heat system, have that blow underneath the bed, and essentially gives you a heated bed. So that is a phenomenal thing to have, especially again, you know, it's 4 season, it's going to be cold. Having that heated bed is a awesome feature. I love that they have that. In front of the foot lockers there, you can see a little bit of extra storage. Then in the headboard, you have your standard electrical outlet as well as your 12 volt and 2 USB ports. You still have the decorative part right here above the bed. You know, I think that's really neat. The LED lights, and again, the window that I showed you when we were outside. Storage on both sides of the bed, right up top, so good extra storage there. 2 reading lights up front. You can see, you know, you can either go with the reading light like over here, or the blue auxiliary lighting there as well. Windows on both sides, so that way you can get a cross breeze. And then lastly, you do still have the entertainment center right here, which is great. This of course swings out. 19-inch TV right here. This is your multimedia center, which as I mentioned controls your speakers, radio, CD, and DVD player. So if you want to watch a movie, go ahead and pop it in right here. The last thing I want to mention here is, if you notice, these are Jensen Electronics. Jensen is top name brand in the RV industry. They're built specifically for the RV industry to withstand the shakes and vibrations from going down the road, as well as the temperature extremes from very hot to very cold. So that way you know that season after season your electronics will still work for you. Just one less thing you have to worry about. One of the last modifications I want to mention, you will notice too how open it seems. That's because the 800 kind of had a wall right here. They did do away with that, and it really opened the 820 up. But But all right, folks, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. You know, I hope you enjoyed the tour. This is a great model. I think that Cirrus has done a lot of really great things. I think that the changes they made were necessary. You know, going to the 4th season is huge. Having the double battery, the double propane tanks on there. You know, they're still using high-end components like your Asdel composite panels. You come inside, they added storage, they made it more open. You know, they're really just heading in the right direction, and this is definitely a truck camper you don't want to miss out on. If you are interested in price and availability, you can either give myself, Ian Baker, a call here at American RV, or you can take a look at our website, which is AmericanRV.com, for the most up-to-date information. Also, if you enjoyed this walkthrough, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That will be one of the first to see the latest and greatest from us here at American RV. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and I can't wait to see you on the road to freedom.